everybody. If you can, start making your way to seats. If there are any empty seats along the runway, fill them in. You're more than welcome to have a seat. If there are any of the empty seats, please fill it in. We're getting ready to start our show. Thank you so much. Are we ready? That's what I like. We are outside. It's a gorgeous fall evening. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm Abby Walton with WCTV. I'm so excited to be here for the 7th annual Leon County Sheriff's Office Patrol Stroll, All In for a Cure. It just gets bigger and better every year. I'm so excited to be here alongside. Look at this man right here. The very get. Of course, 96.1 Jams and the voice of the Marching 100, Mr. Joe Bullard. Always, I love being here with you.
I love being here with you too. You know that.
It's such an exciting night. We're going to see so many awesome first responders strut their...
Fort McNeil is proud to once again be supporting this very important awareness campaign after being the top local fundraiser for the last 6 years. And he told me earlier, you might as well go and say 7.
Social media, please use the hashtag with it, Patrol Stroll 2023, all one word, Patrol Stroll 2023, so we can see all the fun and the great photos from tonight's event. Now this year alone, 287, and why we are here raising and treatment and awareness. So before we begin our show tonight, bring up one of LCS's own who wants to share her personal story with us.
The most common cause of damage of breast tissue cells, which can be the result of a wide range of triggers, including age, gender, medical history, and hormonal exposure. Going back to the day of my doctor's visit, I can remember it like it was yesterday. I got my husband into the building, even to the moment of my physician's office and requested an appointment. At the time, I was 34 years old, and my physician explained to me, because of my young age and not having a family history of breast cancer, but not oblivious to what could be, or did I really have a clear understanding? I began performing self-breast exams periodically and became more familiar with my breasts. Clinical breast exams was something I could not fully rely upon anymore. Fast forward into October 2019, because I had become consistent with the tool of performing self-breast exams, I was able to detect a lump that had formed underneath my left armpit. After feeling the lump, I still wanted to consider the information my physician had previously communicated with me. I don't have history nor the age. I just knew such disease could not be upon me. My best friend's birthday party was scheduled for the month of February. Something like this would interrupt all the great things planned ahead. 2020 arrived, and I noticed the lump had not disappeared. Instead, it had grown into side to the point to where I could feel it, even as I rest my arm. So here it is 5 years later, a totally different physician, and the situation was still being downplayed because of age and no family history. However, at this time, I knew something wasn't right. I didn't want to believe it, but something was indeed going on. At this point, I had to become aggressive and basically demand a mammogram. I even went to the extreme of laying in different positions on the table so that my physician could feel what I was actually feeling. Because of my assertiveness, I was scheduled for my first mammogram the same week. Immediately following the mammogram, I was sent for an ultrasound. After completing each test, I received cues from the medical staff that something was most definitely questionable. The following week, I was scheduled for a biopsy and MRI and waited 2 days for the results. I would say those 2 days were the most nerve-wracking days of all. However, it was the total opposite. The wow factor didn't hit me until I actually received the news of you have breast cancer. From that point on, everything happened at such a fast pace. I was assigned an oncologist and surgeon, which both were godsends. I visited both of them in the course of 2 days. My oncologist was straight to the point and expressed the promptness of wanting to start treatment within a 2-week window. Due to the cancer reaching my lymph nodes, he really explained the situation and wanted me to understand what I was up against. Once cancer reaches your lymph nodes, it can begin to spread to other areas of the body. Things had just gotten even more real for me at this point. My mind was constantly wondering what level or stage breast cancer I had to fight against. Thankfully, by the grace of God, after receiving a PET scan, the findings resulted in the cancer hadn't spread beyond the lymph nodes. My oncologist was then able to put a plan together that consisted of 6 rounds of chemotherapy, followed by surgery. I opted to to have a double mastectomy and completed 30 rounds of radiation. My husband would always tell me when asked for his advice, leave no stone unturned. This way, if something ever occurred again, you would not have the state of mind, what if? Not only did this disease disrupt my life, it couldn't have come at a worse time. I underwent treatments and surgery during the COVID-19 pandemic. I was dealing with cancer, my immune system had been weakened from the chemo, and that meant using extreme safety measures to prevent being affected by the virus. My family were troopers through this entire ordeal and went to whatever lengths to keep me safe. Because of the COVID leave that was put into place by my employer, I was able to remain home and complete all treatments before returning to work. As of today, I'm 3 years cancer-free and continuing this fight. I just completed a successful breast reconstruction in March of this year and have 2 more years of hormone therapy drugs. Now, with all this being said, such defined details shared, October never ends. For myself and so many others, our fight continues. And although I have been truly blessed with the line of family, friends, doctors, and surgeons that helped me to get to this point, the Almighty Father receives all credit, because without him, none of this would be possible. I really found my true self through this process and how special I really am. There's no doubt in my mind that prayer brought me through. God really dealt with me in those moments and continues until this very day. With that being said, there's no way I could stand here and give a testimony or share my joy. I stand here united with one of my survivor sisters. She's also LCSO family, and not only is she LCSO family, she is a survivor as well. So we have that bond and that connection beyond the workplace. I just wanted to say to everybody this evening, all the survivors, if you are living, you are a survivor. You are a survivor. Don't take anything for granted. Love on those that love you. And just live, and be the best you that you can be. I love each and every one of you. And thank you again, LCSO, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Let's give Lieutenant Williams another round of applause. That was incredible. I think the big takeaways are advocate for yourself. If you know something's wrong, keep going until you get the answers, and find your tribe. And there's a big tribe of people out here for all of us to love on. So thank you so much for sharing your story tonight. We so much appreciate it.
Thank you, ladies. We are cheering for you all the way. Now, before we crank up the music, I know y'all ready to hear some music, right? Bring out our models. You ready for that, right? Let's hear a few words from the LCSO Executive Director of Community and Media Relations, who started working on this last year and called every day. So please welcome Chandra Knight.
Thank you so much, Joe. And thank you all so much for being here this evening. You know, the Patrol Stroll was born in 2017. Sheriff McNeil was asked to be one of the real men ambassadors in our community. And to us in Community Media Relations and said, I think I want to raise $10,000. And I'm like, of course you do. And so in trying to determine how we were going to raise $10,000, we thought of hosting a fashion show showcasing our wonderful men and women in law enforcement. This event was just a one-time event that we were going to have. We ended up raising $20,000 that first year. And then we had our VIP reception before the show, and when Sheriff McNeil made his remarks, he said, I hereby declare the Patrol Stroll an annual event. And thus, it became an annual event. And so it has truly been a labor of love to put on this event each and every year. And the highlight for our team is all of our breast cancer survivors that sit at the front of the runway tonight. So before we move on, because this is going to be an epic show, let me just tell you. Before we move on to the show, we would be remiss if we did not thank all of the sponsors who made tonight's event possible. There are a lot of moving parts to this, and we could not do it without the help of so many great businesses in our community. So we want to say a big thank you to them tonight. Before I get to those businesses, I have to thank our community and media relations team. We are a small team, but they make all of this come together seamlessly, and I can't say enough how grateful I am to have such a wonderful team. But in addition to that, we also had members of the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Each year leading up to the show, we delegate, or we ask for volunteers actually, 5 members of our agency to fundraise leading up to the show. And the finale of tonight's show will be our highest raising fundraiser. Each of them set personal goals of $2,000, and I just want you to wait until our finale person comes out and you hear a little bit about his efforts. So thank you so much to those members of not just the Leon County Sheriff's Office, but now all of our first responder agencies who participate in this event for helping to be a part of this cause. But we want to give a huge thank you to Werner Auto Group, who was our title sponsor this year. Thank you so much to Werner. Alsco Linens. Every year, Alsco Linens has been a part of this event. All of the wonderful swag bags that you all receive at the event tonight, they donate those each and every year. The t-shirts, the sweatshirts. Tony Brown, I cannot say thank you enough. You show up every single time, and it is remarkable, your support. So thank you so much to Alsco. I want to thank all of our sponsors, Altrua, I saw Skip and Melody here. Each year, they support us whenever we call on them. Thank you to Altrua. Doubletree, this beautiful venue here tonight. Not only did they provide the venue, but we had one of the employees come to us earlier tonight and hand us an envelope and say, this isn't a lot, but we wanted to do something as a staff and we wanted to contribute. So Doubletree, we love you. We appreciate everything that you do as well. First Commerce Credit Union is a sponsor tonight. Loyalty Credit Union, they are loyal to the Leon County Sheriff's Office and first responders. They are another one who show up for us every year. Superior Realty Group, another great sponsor. Also, our LCSO Reserves Unit contributed to tonight's event as well, and Seaside Lighting. Can you please give a huge round of applause to all of our top-level sponsors tonight? We thank you, thank you, thank you, and make sure your programs that you have tonight that list the models, flip it over on the other side, because there are lots of businesses that contributed to our silent auction as well. We have a wonderful community here locally, and they show up every single time to give back to wonderful causes like tonight's event. So with that being said, we've got our thank yous out of the way. Who's ready to see a show tonight? All right, let's give it back up to these fabulous MCs. We got the best in town here tonight, y'all. Thank you, enjoy the show.
Oh, what a wonderful community we have. It just makes my heart smile, seeing all these people coming together for this awesome, awesome show. Ready. I am ready to get this going. But before we start, we cannot kick it off unless we have a familiar face come up here. He is our inaugural Patrol Stroll fundraising competition winner. I think you know, he was the man in the pink romper. How could we forget him? Sergeant Shane McMillan, where are you? So, woo!
Ladies, everyone down the line, are we ready tonight? Let me hear it!
Give it up for Sergeant McMillan. And again, he will always be known for the pink romper. We love it. We love it, we love it, we love it. All right, are you ready, Joe?
Yes, he's bearing gifts now. He's coming with a dozen of roses.
He's giving roses for all the survivors. I love it.
All right, let's give it up one more time for him, please. Well, we kept you waiting long enough. Y'all ready for the show to keep on rolling?
Woo!
You ready?
Oh, they're coming on out, so we're gonna stretch a little bit. The models are still, we're stretching. We're gonna just talk to you for a little bit, because you know the models are getting ready. I have seen some of the outfits that they're going to be wearing. We cannot wait to show them to you. Thank you to all the
thanks to Warner Hyundai.
I think you should wear this more often. I'm really digging the satin jacket right now.
Thank you. One-time performers by Vince. It's mine, paid for, but I got it from there.
See, we'll see him rocking pink all over
No,
town.
no.
I love it. I love it. Oh, our models are coming out.
They're coming out.
All right, let's give it up for Shane McMillan again, everybody. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it for our music conductor over there. It's time for some...
We got to get pumped. Let's get us pumped. We're ready to go.
Hit it. Mash it quick. Thank you.
Oh, see,
Turn it
this
up,
is
turn
how
it up.
this is how you work it with this music right here. All
Turn
right,
it.
are we ready to go? All right.
All right.
First up,
The models are coming down. Get ready.
this is a showstopper outfit right here. Correctional Officer Kenyatta Clark with the Leon County Detention Facility. Check her out. She's sparkling right here. 4 years on the job. She is wearing a Belle Badgley Mishka Ivana side-tie jacket. This is gorgeous. An iris flat front pants. Such a gorgeous outfit. She's sparkling even all the way from back here.
She's putting it to use, right? Let's feel it for her one more time. One thing about her, her favorite part of the job is being able to help turn around the lives of inmates. The most daring thing she's done is stopping an inmate from committing suicide. If she wasn't in law enforcement, she says she would be a registered nurse. Her favorite movie is Love and Basketball because she's always been a believer in the true love, and her favorite sports is basketball. She is walking today in honor of her Aunt Tammy, who passed away last year from breast cancer.
Let's give her a big round of applause. And a lot of our first responders tonight are walking in honor of those who loved ones or friends who either have been dealing with breast cancer or may have passed away from breast cancer. So this is a very important night for them as well. Next up, we have Sergeant James Pittman with the Leon County Sheriff's Office Research Unit. He's been in law enforcement for 13 years. He is rocking a pair of burgundy shawl lapel Angora brand coat, and he has paired it with Calvin Klein tuxedo pants and a Joseph Abboud bow tie. Looking very dapper tonight.
Sergeant Pittman was inspired to make a difference in serving his community. His favorite part of the job is relationships he has developed with the people he works with and helping make our community a safer place to live. He says the most daring thing he's done is embarking on a career in the law enforcement. If he wasn't a deputy sheriff, he says he would be involved in the ministry, probably as a musician. His first job was a production assistant at his church. James' favorite book is 7 Habits. He is walking in honor of his dear friend's mother, who died of breast cancer when they were very young.
Give it up for Sergeant Pittman, everybody. All right, next up, look at this stunner right here. Captain Jessica Daniels with Emergency Medical Services. She's been there for 12 years. Check out, this is a beautiful lace trumpet gown from Lillian West. It has detachable sleeves, ladies. I love it. It's subtle, the sparkly tulle, the train with it. She just looks beautiful.
Beautiful is the word. She says she was inspired to go into emergency management because the opportunity to save lives is incredible and rewarding. The favorite part of the job is selflessness in helping others in need. The most daring thing she's done was sliding down a mountain on a lunch tray when she was much younger. The favorite movie is Top Gun because it's great and it never gets old. She's walking tonight in honor of her great-grandmother, Mamie Hawkins, and her grandmother, Marjorie Smith, who has thanked for more than a decade.
Give it up for Captain Daniels, everybody. Gorgeous. All right, next up, we have Correctional Officer Jose Sanabria with the Leon County Detention Facility looking quite dapper. He's been there for 5 years. He's wearing a tailored fit Traveler Collection suit separate in the smoke color, worn with a white widespread collar, and the natural stretch fabric features a unique technology to maintain a great climate for the body. That is awesome. Looking good.
He was inspired to go in correction as calling to serve his community and make a difference. His favorite part of the job is serving the community and citizens in his care. The most daring thing he's done was becoming a father to his beautiful baby girl and a wonderful husband to his beautiful wife. If he wasn't in correction, he would be a multimedia animator because he loves to draw in his spare time. He's walking in honor of his mentor, Deputy Reed, who has given 30 years of service to Leon County Sheriff.
I feel like she looks like Taylor Swift right now. She's
That's
11
Taylor.
and a half years.
Uh-oh, did I see a 13?
I know, gorgeous. This is a beautiful A-line gown, gorgeous off-the-shoulder sleeves. It could be it could be a prom dress, it could be a bridal dress. It's just gorgeous.
Gorgeous is the word. What inspired her to go into law enforcement? Detectives. She says then her boyfriend was attending a police academy, her old boyfriend, and she looked at him, so she said she'd leap in faith. Her favorite part of the job is satisfaction of solving the puzzle. The most daring thing she's done is study abroad. If she wasn't in law enforcement, she said she would be an elementary school teacher. Y'all believe that? She is walking in honor of Barbara Vickery, a close family friend who's been battling state.
Hollingsworth with the Tallahassee Police Department. 24 years with the department, ladies and gents. He is looking sharp, making this look stylish in an olive tonal plaid pattern, tailored fit. Looking all business, but giving that little edge with the dapper hat right there. I love it.
I would have put on Shaft if I was over there by the music. He was inspired to go into the law enforcement because he wanted to protect and preserve the peace of the community where he was raised, and because of how amazing he would look in a uniform. The most daring thing he's done is zip lining in Mexico, over 20 stories in the air. The length of 40 football fields, ending with a water slide to the bottom of the mountain. If he wasn't in law enforcement, he says he would be in the medical field. His advice to his younger self would be life moving, and the fact that life is moving so fast. He said check his hat out and he slow down to enjoy each day, especially with his family and friends. Give it up once again for that's Shaft.
Woo!
That is Shaft.
He danced all the way down the aisle, guys. Looking good. All right, next up, we have Officer Richard Cepaju with the Leon County Detention Facility. He's been there 9.5 years. Looking super dapper in his suit this evening and those beautiful patent leather.
Enjoyed helping others, so it was natural to choose his career path. His favorite part of the job is meeting and interacting with different people. The most daring thing he's done, his first job was a game advisor at the Tallahassee Mall game shop. His advice to his younger self would be, instead of getting that first apartment, go ahead and buy a house.
Give it up, everybody. I love he's still feeling himself all the way. I love it. I love it.
Okay, Patty LaBelle.
All right, next up, Sergeant Tiffany Eccles with the Tallahassee Community College Police Department, looking stunning. Richard's halter sequin gown and a stunning sapphire blue. She's been on the force for 9 years. Look, I love the hourglass silhouette. It drapes perfectly. She's looking good in that dress.
Very much so. I tried to get my makeup done before her. She was inspired to go into law enforcement to make a difference in the lives of others and also stereotype about the law enforcement. If she wasn't in law enforcement, she said she would be an attorney. Her first job was at a law clerk. Her favorite movie is Color Purple because through the triumph of her life, Celie persevered and didn't allow her circumstances to detain her mouth. She is walking in honor of her grandmother and two aunts who lost their battle with breast cancer, and her aunt who is a survivor.
Well, and she's walking to Girls on Fire, and that girl is on fire. She is looking good. Give her a round of applause. Gorgeous. Gorgeous dress, everybody. Next up, Deputy Chief Justin Malloy, Florida State University Police Department. He has been there for 28 years. He is sporting a sleek blue Tommy Hilfiger suit paired with a pink Calvin Klein shirt. He is bringing sexy bags.
Well, you see that. He says he was inspired to go into law enforcement to help keep his community safe. His favorite part of the job is serving the public and providing a positive image of the law enforcement profession. The most daring thing he's done is being a motor officer. If he wasn't in law enforcement, he says he would be a customer service manager. He says his first job was as a public bag boy. Did he bag up your groceries? He's walking in honor of his neighbor, Mrs. Sharon Colson.
Give him a round of applause. Deputy Chief Justin Malloy, everybody. Next up, we have Correctional Officer Ariel Swatz with the Leon County Detention Facility. She's been there 2 years. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous dress. Fun, floral top, a clean crepe bottom. The sleeves can be worn several ways. This is the trend right now. Loving it. It can be off the shoulder. You can ditch the sleeves completely. It looks like a totally different look. It's a very versatile gown. Gorgeous.
She walked in that runway. She was inspired to go into the field of correction to be a better provider for her children. And because of Deputy Jonathan encouraged her to do it, the favorite part of the job is making a difference and becoming a better person. The most daring thing she's done is to get tased as part of her training in September. How many has been tased out there? If you still remember, put both of them in the air. She's walking tonight in honor of her cousin, Rhonda Perry.
All right, everybody, give her a round of applause. Correctional Officer Ariel Swatz.
She's also walking in part of others, too.
Yes. Oh, look at this. Firefighter Brianna Bree Taylor with the Tallahassee Fire Department. She's been on the department for 9 years. This is a stunning beaded mermaid gown from Allure. The off-the-shoulder straps provide that gorgeous neckline, and the drama in the beading looks absolutely gorgeous.
You're gonna walk.
Look at that train too. I didn't see the train. That's gorgeous.
She says she loved serving the community and the excitement of fire-related duties. The most daring thing she's done is propelling off a perfectly good building for fun. If she wasn't a firefighter, Taylor says she would be an obstetrician or a flight attendant. Her first job was as a basketball sports official. Give it up once again. She's walking tonight in honor of her aunt, Lisa, Aunt Marcy, and Chief Brown.
Give it up, everybody. And again, she has a squad there. I see people with pom-poms down there. That's cool. Yes, look at that. I love that. A cheering section. Very nice. All right, next up, we have Detective John Voss with the Leon County Sheriff's Office. He's been there for 19 years. He is wearing a Joseph Abad signature brand Joe, that's the suit, in rose, with a complimentary white pocket square and a white shirt to match. All right, sir, strut your stuff.
All right, ladies, no throwing money, no throwing money. I saw you pull out the ones over there. You. He says law enforcement is something he always wanted to do. His favorite part of the job, as bomb squad commander, he gets to use explosives, and he has an amazing team in the crime scene unit. His very first job, was as a grocery store bagger. He also served as a
paratrooper.
For real?
Woo!
If he could give advice to his younger self, it would be, don't be scared to talk to the girl who sits behind you in 6th grade.
He married
She will be your wife because they are married today.
Give him a round of applause, everybody. Next up, we have Lieutenant Heather Costabero with the Florida State University Police Department. She has been there for 8 years. She is wearing a beautiful Escape Caviar beaded sheath gown. The beaded short sleeves on this dress provide breathability and elegance. I love that. It just gives a little bit of something right there. Beautiful.
She says serving a positive influence on others inspired her to go into law enforcement. She says her favorite part of the job is working with the amazing folks, Capital Regional Area Time Crime Center. Her very first job was a cashier when I got into the store. Her favorite book is The Gift of Fear. She is walking today in honor of dispatcher Kathy. Kathy has been a dispatcher for more than 20 years and with the FSU Police Department for about 2 years. Give it up once again.
Next up, we have Chief Grady Jordan with the Leon County Sheriff's Office Administration Division. He has been with LCSO for 29 years. He's in a very classic-looking, very fashionable, light gray Calvin Klein suit with the vest to match. And it's ready for any color that you pair with it. But I have a feeling he's wearing pink this evening.
He says his team, the challenge of the job inspired him to go into law enforcement. Chief Jordan says a friend that supervised the street gang unit at LA County Sheriff Officer also inspired him. The most daring thing he's done is climbing up the side of a cargo ship 25 miles off of the coast. He did some climbing, didn't he? His first job was stalking sheriffs.
Publix has started a lot of careers here, guys. A lot of careers.
Chief Jordan says his hero is Abraham Lincoln. He is walking in honor of the survivors here tonight. He says you are an inspiration to us all.
Give him a round of applause, everybody. Next up, we have Deputy Chief Darrell Hall with the Leon County Emergency Medical Services Operation Division. He has been there for 34 years. He is looking quite debonair in a burgundy Joe by Joseph Abad suit with a matching vest, accompanied by an Agara pink tie and a white shirt and awesome white kicks. I love it.
All right, Darrell, don't arrest nobody on your way down there. Deputy Chief Hall is quite debonair. You know that. He says after his military service, he was first enrolled in electronics school, but instead opted to be a paramedic. He says the most daring thing he's done is leaving home at the age of 17 to join the Army. Chief Hall is also a registered nurse and says he wasn't in EMS, he would still be doing something helping people. He's walking tonight in honor of his mother, Ola May Hall, his sister, Jackson Washington, her 2 aunts, and Colleen Caldwell.
Give them a round of applause, everybody. Next up, we have the beautiful Lieutenant Maria Mercurio with the Tallahassee Police Department. She has been on the force for 26 years. Look at this gorgeous Alex Marie Hazel V-neck dress in a gorgeous fuchsia color. Comes with an asymmetrical and quite beautiful.
Beautiful is the word. The favorite part of the job is empowering women by teaching them self-defense techniques through the TPD's program. She was inspired to go into law enforcement by the excitement of catching the bad guys. She loved TV shows like Miami Vice. Give it up for her. Also 21 Jump Street. The most daring thing she's done is to visit, you tell them that part.
Let's see, she is walking tonight in honor of her sister, who has battled breast cancer this year and thankfully rang the bell to mark the end of her cancer treatments. She says her other sister, Michelle, is battling another form of cancer and is still fighting the fight. Give them all a round of applause, everybody. All right, next up, we have Chief Wes Harden with the Tallahassee Community College Police Force. He's been there 28 and a half years. He is looking very nice in his business cash, this very tailored fit suit with stretch wool blazer from Jose Banks. It's from the Travelers collection, combined with gray dress pants, a gray long sleeve sweater, and layered with custom plaid shirt. Great for fall.
You know, I was trying to say she worked at a kennel.
Oh, there you go.
But I thought it was Publix again, so that's why I passed it over to you. He was inspired to go into law enforcement because of the ability to help people and give back to his community. His favorite part of the job is monitoring young adults and young officers. His first job as a deputy was in Bartow County Sheriff Department. I'll put it this way, the advice is to do better in school.
Give it up, everybody. All right, next up we have Chief Gene Sanders with the Tallahassee Fire Department. He's been there for 31 years. He's looking very dapper in a sharp blue Tommy Hilfiger suit, styled with a pink Pronto Umo shirt. And the fire department has a cheering section down there, pink pom-poms and everything. I love it. They're showing
they're throwing money down there too.
They are showing up tonight.
What they're doing in the fire department, we don't know about. The chief was inspired to go into the fire service by a family friend who was employed with the fire department and encouraged him to attend the fire academy. The most daring thing he's done is jumping off multi-buildings again. They're jumping too. When asked what he would be doing if he wasn't a firefighter, he said he never thought of doing anything else. The chief is walking tonight in honor of his aunt, Shirley.
Give it up for Chief Sanders, everybody. All right, next we have Deputy Kylie McPhail with the Leon County Sheriff's Office Reserve Unit. She's been there for 4 years. She's wearing an R&M Richards off-the-shoulder floral lace gown in black and nude. It features those cap sleeves and that flattering mermaid silhouette. Gorgeous, gorgeous outfit right there.
Give it up once again as she make her way down that fire department section. She was inspired to go into law enforcement and learn something new with every case. Reserved, well, what would she do if she could not fail? She says she would cure legal diseases like cancer and Alzheimer. Give it up once again for her.
All right, the man of the hour, making strides, ambassador, the real men wear pink himself, Leon County Sheriff Walt McNeil. I love this outfit. It's a 3-piece linen suit, looking so good. I love that he chose Outcast, so fresh and so clean, because that's what he's looking like right now. The pink jacket, it is a Jose Banks suit, and they're calling it a Southern style, which I think fits him very nicely. All right, and we also want to say Reserve Deputy McPhail is walking tonight in honor of her great Nana, her grandmother, and her cousin Lynette.
Time in the law enforcement, you know him, 42 years. His desire to help children inspired him to go into law enforcement. His nickname was Mac. Everybody say Mac. One of his hobbies is collecting old 45s. How well I know that. And also albums. I remember when he impersonated Prince at the Moon back in the day. We thought he'd do that tonight. Top things on his bucket list was visiting Israel with his family and being baptized in the Jordan River. If he wasn't a sheriff, Sheriff McNeil says he would be a pastor. Give it up once again for him. Something he recommends everyone is try at least once attending a baseball game at Whitney Field. What is the best piece of advice he have ever received? Love God because he first loved you. On behalf of the sheriff, thank you, Sheriff, and the community thank you for being who you are. Give it up once again. 42 years of experience, Sheriff Walt McNeil.
All right, our showstopper on the runway tonight, the LCSO Reserve Captain who raised the most money for tonight's awesome cause. Ooh, look at that. Captain Jimmy Goodman. Now, it takes, not many men can pull off an all-white suit. You do, you look good, dude. He raised, get this guys, more than $5,000 in donations for tonight's cause. Give it up for Captain Goodman. It is a vintage style suit that he's wearing, white linen. It features soft shoulder construction for a relaxed fit so you can dance, you can move. You're looking great in it. He's been with LCSO for 33 years. 33.
Captain Goodman is all about vintage, and the style shows it all. His favorite part of the job is meeting new people and educating them. He was inspired to go into law enforcement because he wanted to help people and drive fast. The most daring thing he's done, rammed a murder suspect head on at 80 miles an hour.
I'd say that would do it.
Favorite movie? Tell him that part.
Let's see. His favorite movie is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because it reminds him of watching it as a young child with a father who was his hero. I love that.
Very much so. Give it up once again, the man in
And
white.
he is walking tonight in honor of his grandmother, Faye Goodman. Give it up again. He raised the most money, $5,000 tonight. Give it up. She would be so proud of you tonight.
Oh, he's running the runway now. He's running.
I love it. We have a gift for him. Why don't you give it to him, Joe? Is the sheriff up here too? There he is. Sheriff, you want to give him? For your efforts, you get the ceremonial pink handcuffs. I love it. The sheriff, will you please do the honor of giving him the pink handcuffs? Again, give it up for Captain Goodman, everybody. All right, do you want some pictures, ladies? Pictures. All right, everybody. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, now, let's bring back all of our models and the team behind their amazing looks
Let's give
tonight.
them a big round of applause, everybody.
First up, Men's Warehouse.
They're located on Governor Square Boulevard for over 45 years. They provide great customer service thanks to their store manager, Margie Huff, and Frank Poindexter, and the entire team at Men's Warehouse.
A place where I shop.
Love it.
40% off.
Next up, the fashion visionaries at Dillard's Department Store, located at Governor Square Mall. They have been a long-time staple in Tallahassee. You can shop designer clothing, shoes, accessories for the entire family. From formal wear to casual attire, they have you covered. Thank you so much to the Dillard's team.
Let's bring out our next group of gentlemen dressed tonight by Jose Banks, store manager.
Lori Bowie, she's representing
What's
the
up, what's
Jose
up?
Banks team. They are located on Market Street in Northeast Tallahassee. They are honored to be a part of this year's Patrol Stroll. They can help you for any occasion. They have you covered. They're keeping these gentlemen looking quite dapper and handsome this evening. Give it up. And finally, we want to thank Vosel's Bridal Boutique. They are very proud to be Tallahassee's premier bridal shop for the past 12 years. They are honored to serve brides across North Florida, South Georgia, and the Southeast. Since they opened, they have had the honor of helping thousands of brides say yes to the dress. Thank you so much to their dedicated team to make sure that every woman looks wonderful on her wedding day. Give it up for Madeline and the team of herself.
And now, one last look at all of our models.
Give it up for everybody looking so lovely, so beautiful,
As
so
they walk the
handsome.
runway once again.
Oh, we have
And bring
we
their
have
way
our
back.
little ones too walking the runway. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Joe and I love being your MCs every single year for this
Yes.
wonderful event. We are so honored to be here to help raise money for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. And again, we couldn't do it, and this is all for these wonderful people, the wonderful survivors. If you will stand, if you are a survivor of breast cancer,
Let's hear it for our survivors.
if you are going through breast cancer, if you had breast cancer, stand up. We want to give you a big round of applause.
Once our models coming up front, you can stop in front of us. And about Men's Warehouse, that's 20% off, okay? Don't go in there and say, Joe Bullock said 40%. All the models, would you come and assemble in front of the stage, please?
All right, we also want to make sure that we bring up Sheriff McNeil and Callie Collins from Making Strides Against Breast Cancer.
Mike? Please welcome Sheriff Walt McNeil for the presentation.
Let me get your attention really quickly. This is the moment that brings us all here. The moment of doing everything we can in this community to eradicate breast cancer. And that requires research, and that requires our raising money for the research. And it is perhaps one of the greatest things we do in our community is all come together and try to make sure that we're all focused on dealing with the ills that affect our community. And obviously one of those huge ills is that of breast cancer. And so the men and women of law enforcement, first responders, this entire community, for the last 7 years have said it's important that we come and we try to make sure that everybody knows how important this is. And we will do everything we can to, within our lifetime, to see that this horrendous disease is is eradicated. And so, on behalf of every citizen in Leon County, and particularly those who participated tonight in the patrol stroll, thank you for making this happen and continuing it to happen in our community. But more importantly, we are delighted on the citizens of Leon County's behalf to be able to present this check from the Patrol Stroll to the American Cancer Association or Society for the eradication of breast cancer for $25,359. Who's the speaker?
Hello, everyone. My name is Carly Collison, and I am a development manager for the American Cancer Society here in Tallahassee. And on behalf of both the American Cancer Society and Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Leon County, I just want to say a huge thank you to the Leon County Sheriff's Office and the rest of the supporting community that has come out to support tonight's event and this year's fundraising efforts. I truly don't know how to say all the gratitude that we have for the efforts that you all have done to support our mission of ending breast cancer for everyone. The funds raised tonight and throughout this year all go towards life-saving breast cancer research that the American Cancer Society funds, as well as our patient recovery and support programs, specifically our Reach to Recovery program, which is a program just for breast cancer survivors so that they feel supported throughout their diagnosis and treatment and throughout that journey. So once again, thank you all so much for supporting this cause. It really does mean a lot to us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And the Leon County Sheriff's Office family already knows what's about to happen. In every event we gather together, one of the things that we try to do is to send a message not only to ourselves, but to our community, that it takes all of us united in whatever efforts there are to make that difference. And the way we do that is we have an affirmation. That affirmation is called ALLin. And at the end of every meeting we have, we stand in unison and shout ALLin. And so tonight, as I count 1, 2, and 3, I wish you would join the Leon County Sheriff's Office, all the first responders in our efforts to be all in. 1, 2, 3. All in!